Okay, so welcome. It's lovely to have you all here on this Saturday morning during a time, an unusual, unprecedented time of many of us are in different degrees of isolation. We've come together today to talk about really to get empowered because, it doesn't have to be a time where we're feeling disempowered. Actually, any situation we can look for ways, we can always look for the positives, and certainly with the way we manage our physical health and our emotional health, we can find ways to, empowered ways to support that. And that's what we're both passionate about generally in our lives, but also that's what we're here to talk to you about this morning. So you can see there a little bit about us. So I live in Brighton on the south coast. I've been working as a nutritionist for about 10 years, and I'm in my fourth year of incorporating the doTERRA oils into my business. And I'm just really, really passionate about all things natural, all things organic, and just trying to, over the course of my life, just make, small gradual changes and improvements in whatever areas I can at the time. So it's not a case of being perfect, certainly, but just kind of making small tweaks, and over time, reaping the benefits, because you kind of get a cumulative effect. So for me, the essential oils, they're like my little bottles of magic. They're a toolkit that I use. The core 10 oils that we're going to speak to you about this morning are really, I see them as my medicine cabinet, really. I'm in and out of my box all day, and I use it to support many different things. So I'm just going to pass you over to Jose to introduce herself, and then we'll get going.
Good morning, ladies. Welcome. Yes, my name is Jose Perez. I live in Hove, so I live at the other side of Brighton. I've been using the oil for more than 2 years now as a customer. Recently, since last year, I started to work more with the doTERRA, and I actually find I really love the oils, and I've been incorporate the oils in my house with my family, and just looking for a different alternative is quite nice for me. So yes, I'm working here and helping people to actually support in their days of with the oils and also with the lifestyle. So yes, welcome, and thank you for being here as well.
Okay, perfect. So we're just going to kick off with, why do we need natural medicines in the first place? So I think it's fair to say that, these days we do have an unprecedented level of kind of chronic disease, and we do have a lot of people that are hooked on medications and are dependent on pharmaceuticals. And people are starting to look for answers now, alternative answers. People, I think, are starting to realize that, the people that are on medication, and the fact that they're not getting better, and perhaps over time they're using more medication, not less, they're realizing that, maybe there is a better way, and maybe lifestyle actually has, maybe the answer actually lies in lifestyle, and food as medicine, and prevention is better than cure. So there is a shift happening, and that's what we're going to be talking to you about today.
Our intention in this class is to educate people, to actually show them there is another alternative, a natural alternative that you can use in your house, which is a lot of the people, they don't know there is another solution, and there is a way for us to actually empower people to make change in their house. So showing and educating you with essential oils, you will be have more confidence to actually use your oils, because they are safe and effective. So this class is a way for us to actually introduce you with the natural alternative, which is quite nice for people.
Thanks, Jose. So this is something we call our wellness chart or wellness pyramid. And if you could take a moment now, if you have a pen to hand, the 4 kind of pillars, if you like, the bottom ones, are the things that we can affect that can have an impact on our health on a day-to-day basis. So you can kind of think of this as the areas that you can address that feed into preventative healthcare. So if you've got a pen, give yourself a mark out of 10 for how, 10 being you're doing amazingly well and 1 being there's loads of improvement. Give yourself a mark. If you haven't got a pen, and I'm not going to ask you to share these, it's just a helpful exercise to see, okay, which areas of my life could I make, are the areas that actually, if I address first, they would make the biggest impact in my life. So if you haven't got a pen, just think about perhaps which 2 areas, 1 or 2 areas, are the areas that would be most useful for you to address. And as we go through today's class, we're going to be introducing you to lots of different solutions, if you like, different tips and some of the main uses of the core 10 oils that hopefully will feed into the areas that you would most benefit from addressing first.
Okay, so we're talking about natural solution here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you the difference between the modern approach and doTERRA's approach, which is the natural way. Are designed to or educate to manage symptoms. So we normally go to the doctor and we always get something from the symptoms, but not for actually the root of the cause of the problem. Our medication or the medication that we normally buy are isolate and synthetic. So they are water-based medicine. So it's more difficult to actually get into the body. Normally when medicine, we have side effect. So we normally get another medication to actually for the side effect of another medication. And it's always like that. So it's very difficult to actually get well when we're actually taking more medications for different side effects. The healthcare, normally every year they spend a lot of money to actually in the healthcare, but we are not actually getting healthy. We are getting ill most of the time. When doTERRA approach is natural way, yes, so it's completely natural. Everything that you take from doTERRA is a natural product. So there is no side effect from that, which is a relief to actually take it. They normally address the root cause of the problem. Why do we have the problem in the first time? It's something that we don't have, there is no balance in our body sometimes. And that is why we need to actually work in that. The essential oils are completely natural. So there are extracts from plants. So it's completely natural. Every time that you take essential oils, you know you are taking actually the plant. It's excellent for physical and emotional health. So it will support any emotional part of people or any physical that you think you will need. And it's completely safe for everybody, children, elderly people, adult, anyone, even animals, they can actually use essential oils. So it's a completely safe way to use.
Yeah, I love to say that the oils, rather than having side effects, they actually have side benefits, because when we're using, say, lavender for sleep, it's actually supporting, our nervous system and our skin and our stress levels at the same time. So we wanted to share with you 3 things. If there were just 3 things to kind of remember about essential oils to help you and to support your journey. 2 of them are on this slide, and then 1 of them is on the following slide. So the first thing kind of feeds into what Jose was saying, is that they're natural. So I love this little picture. Actually, you can see that when this is the case for most essential oils, when they're magnified, that you have these little oil sacs that are actually present in the actual sort of the leaf or the plant material, and they are super concentrated. So when we have our bottle of essential oil in our hands, they're actually the strongest form of plant-based medicine that we have. And you can see there that 1 drop of peppermint oil, if we were to make a cup of peppermint tea, I was to take this mug and I was to put 1 drop of peppermint oil in it, fill it up with hot water, I'd actually need, you can see there, that many cups of herbal peppermint tea from a tea bag to get the same kind of effects. Now, herbal tea from a tea bag is actually quite weak. You know, you would need quite a lot of tea per day to support something, but actually with the oils, they're actually very convenient, easy and quick, because it's literally just a drop in a mug, fill it up, and we're done. And as you can see there, you know, the oils are affordable, and in many cases they're cheaper than, I think it's quite important to think, you know, what is the cost of what I'd be using instead. So the cost of a Rennie, for example, for acid in the digestive system, or a Nurofen or ibuprofen, or, you know, whatever it might be. And, you know, the oils are pennies per drop, and actually they're very affordable. It's actually far cheaper to put a drop of lemon oil in a glass of water every morning, 4p, than to squeeze yourself, you know, half a lemon, and a lot less faff. And then the second thing is that they're effective. So oils contain hundreds of compounds that you can see there. And as Jose said in the previous slide, when we're using something like a pure essential oil, we can start to get under the reason why we're expressing that symptom. So whereas a medication will make us feel better because it's probably going to take away the symptom in the short term, it's never going to address the reason why we're getting that symptom coming up over and over again. But an essential oil actually helps to rebalance the body over time. So it will either rebalance a body system that's out of balance, or a gland, or a hormone, and then over time that condition can become obsolete. So the other piece there is that an essential oil can pass through the cell membrane into a cell. Now, this may not mean very much to you, but there's not very much that can pass through a cell. Nearly every medication is not able to pass through a cell. And the reason why this is relevant is because the purple thing on the screen there is a virus. And the viruses live inside cells. And the black grayish kind of line around the outside of the cell is its outer membrane, and that outer membrane is made of an oily substance, and most medication is water-based, and you guys know water and oil, they don't mix, so the oily layer would repel the water-based medication, and that's why a doctor can't give us anything to help a virus. They will just send us home and tell us to get bed rest. Some essential oils actually, through something called passive diffusion, if you're a science person, they can get through the cell and they can be effective against viruses. So this is actually massive, and one of the reasons I was very excited to get these oils 4 years ago.
Okay, so for you need, when you buy oil, you need to make sure that it's a natural, it's a 100% pure oil. Yeah. Right now there is no regulation in anywhere where you can actually, people or company can actually prove that there is 100% pure oil. So anybody can actually get a bottle put just one drop of oil, essential oil, and just fill with curry oil, any like coconut oil, and sell that product as pure essential oil, which is terrible. So if you find like a really like frankincense, which is a very expensive oil, outside for £2, you need to run out. You have to run because that is not actually essential oil. So now what doTERRA did, they wanted to make sure that everybody trusts in doTERRA product. So they have these companies, a different company, which is they measure and they actually certify the oils are completely pure. So they call CPTG, which is Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. So with this, we normally have in every oil, we have these, let me check. It's very small, but in every bottle, we have this the certificate there. So you can make sure that it's actually completely safe to use. What do? They actually make sure that everything is there. There is no artificial ingredient. There is no chemicals in the bottle in order for us to actually use internally, for example. It's completely safe. It doesn't have any pesticides, which is the other way. It's not only how they make the oil, it's behind the oil, what happened in that farm. Do they use any pesticides? Do they use any chemicals in the plant? That is very important actually to understand that everything is coming from the beginner, from when the farm have the actually seed to, 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 to actually use in the farm. So with this CPTG, we know it's a completely safe oil, and we can actually use in children's and internally in elderly people, and also it's a certified that it's a potent. What that means that they actually doTERRA work with farms to make sure that every plant that they take the oil is a completely they have the full benefit or the full nutrition in the soil for the actually oil for the plant. So it's quite good one. For example, we have the lemon. The best lemon is in Italy because all the chemicals and the nutrients in the plant, it will be from the soil in Italy. So it's quite good for doTERRA be working with different farms around the world to actually make sure that every single oil have the full chemicals and nutrition for us to use it, which is why doTERRA is so effective now. I don't know if Sarah wanted to add something else.
No, I think that's great, Jose. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is as well that there's nobody else doing essential oils to the same quality and the same standard. Before I got my oils, I thought all oils were pure. I thought my oils were pure, that I was buying my lemon oil for about £3, I think. And I was just chuffed that I'd found such cheap oils, but I had no idea of quality, and I didn't realize that because of the lack of regulations, anyone can sell an oil. It can say it's 100% pure on the bottle, but actually it can have nothing in it at all. In fact, there's a guy that used to do doTERRA's testing, who's a really great guy as well, called Dr. Robert Papas, and he bought the 3 best-selling lavender oils on Amazon, tested them, and only one of them even had any lavender in it, and only 40%. So just kind of goes to show the quality and how important it is to be confident that your oils are pure. So just before I talk about the sourcing, just to say that anybody that kind of booked prior to yesterday and doesn't already have oils, they will have, they'll have a little orange and peppermint oil that we're going to smell halfway through the call together. If you already have doTERRA oils, then don't worry, because this is really just for people so that they can have an experience that have never tried them before. If you booked sort of in the last 24 hours, obviously we wouldn't have had time to get that out to you. But if you have got those oils with you, or you have been sent them, just make sure you have them for this call, because we're going to smell them in a little bit. So on the sourcing side, this connects into what Jose was just talking about in terms of the quality and 100% pure oil. Now, again, prior to my doTERRA days, I imagined that as long as my essential oil was pure, that's all it needed to be. That's, as you know, I can't get better than 100% pure oil, but actually you can, and the chemistry of the oil tells us that where a plant is grown in the world actually dictates how many individual plant constituents there is in an essential oil. So for example, if we were to grow lavender in England, which we totally can, you get Norfolk lavender, and doTERRA grew that, you know, the plants, and we knew it was 100% pure oil. If we compare that to doTERRA's lavender, where they've chosen Bulgaria as a place in the world where the growing conditions are optimal, the chemistry, the individual plant constituents, they're going to be many more if the plant is grown in a place in the world where the growing conditions are optimal. And why that's important is if we have the most constituents in an oil as possible, each one of those individual constituents can do something different for us in our bodies. So if doTERRA chose to grow their lavender in England because it was cheaper to do so, it still could be pure, but you're not actually going to have as many plant constituents. It's not going to do as much in the body. So somebody might be trying to use it for sleep, for example. If it hasn't got the plant constituent in it that is needed to support sleep, it's not going to help sleep. So what doTERRA do, and what they're passionate about, is literally growing the oils all over the world, even though sometimes it's more expensive to do this, because they know that sourcing creates what we call potency. And the therapeutic grade part of the CPTG standard is this, it's sourcing, and it's because we get a more complex oil that will work and will do more things in our body than if we just grew the oils in 2 or 3 locations across the world.
Do you want to continue that one?
Sure, yeah. So this kind of links into the previous one as well. So co-impact sourcing is, it's kind of like fair trade, but more and better. So what doTERRA do is they don't own farms, okay, and some companies promote the fact that they own farms as a plus, but actually what doTERRA do is they're more interested in creating a network, a cooperative of farmers, and empowering individuals, families and communities to actually you know, provide their own incomes, if you like. So there's this cooperative of farmers across the world work directly with doTERRA, and it's good for everybody, because through this model, doTERRA are able to support communities where, in many cases, 2/3 of the countries where plants are grown for doTERRA in developing countries. So they're able to support people on both sides of the bottle. They're able to support many communities to grow the oils, and in many cases, you know, lift lives where there was actually nothing else around. And we get the best because we have these kind of artisans that know the plants, love the plants, in many cases have been looking after them for generations. And you know, we benefit from the best quality oils because of those factors. So co-impact sourcing is, you know, it's a really positive thing for everyone involved.
Okay, how do we use our oils? There is 3 ways to use essential oils. We have aromatic, topical, and internal. Yeah. So aromatic, it will be anything that when you smell, like just opening your bottle. We can try this one. If we take, well, the people have peppermint oil, it will be nice. So if you take, for example, your peppermint oil and you tap the, or you put one drop in your hands, yeah, oops, put those, and then you rub that in your hands. Just make sure you don't put that in your finger, because when you don't want to put your fingers in your eyes. So if you rub that and you smell the peppermint oil from your hands, so it's, yeah, it's, can you smell? It's quite strong smell. So this is aromatic part. You can just smell from your hands. You can smell from the bottle directly. You can use a diffuser as well. So many people use diffusing during the day or during the night before going to bed. It's quite good to open airways if you have a blocked nose, for children during the night to sleep well as well. It's also help you to boost your mood. Maybe in the afternoon you are very tired, you are working from home now, you're in the computer and you need to wake up. So you can actually use the oils in your diffuser. You can use a lemon oil or wild orange. So actually to make you wake up and focus in what you're doing. Is actually anything that you smell, it will actually go into your brain very quickly. It's like in few seconds, that smell is gonna make some, well, the smell is gonna actually make some, send some signals to your brain, and it's when it's gonna support you emotional, even if you are, I don't know, even if you are sad, or you want to make, you want to be happy, or you want to wake up, it's actually help you. The other way is topical. So topical means that you can actually apply directly to your skin. We normally recommend to mix the oil with a curry oil, like coconut oil, almond oil, jojoba oil. For children, elderly people, or people have sensitive skin. Otherwise, you can actually use neat. So you can just put one drop of your oil in your hands, or anywhere that you want to use. For example, in here we have the deep blue. The deep blue is amazing oil for muscle pain, tension, any headache, any shoulder pain, anywhere that you think you're gonna have any pain, you can actually use the deep blue. Normally we say if you use the oil neat, so if you don't mix the oil with any curry oil, the actually oil, it will penetrate really quickly into your bloodstream. If you use with curry oil, with coconut oil, or any oil that you have, it's gonna stay longer in the body. So say you have a muscle pain in your legs, and you want to keep the oil longer, because you normally with muscle pain, you want the oil to actually work in your muscle, you will apply with coconut oil. The other way is internal, because we say our oils, doTERRA oil, are completely safe and completely natural. So you can actually take internally. You can put one drop in your water, for example, and just drink it in the morning. For example, like lemon oil. I use lemon oil in the morning before breakfast. Anything, I will actually put one drop in my warm water and just have that for cleanse, to wake up, everything. You know, it's quite a good one. You can use, you can make your own veggie cups. If you feel that it's too strong for you, the oil, you can actually make your own capsule and just take internally. You can cook with also with doTERRA, with the oils and everything. We have here the On Guard, which is one of the best oil in doTERRA, because this oil is they actually support your immune system. So it's excellent to use it when you feel that a cold is coming or any virus is coming. So it's quite nice to use. You can drink it. You can actually put in the bottom of your feet, which is another way. You can use topical. You can use in the diffuser. It's really good to actually help you to boost your immune system. Yeah.
Great, thanks. Okay, so if anybody has their little orange and peppermint oils that I mentioned a little while ago, if you grab them now, I know quite a few of you on the call already have a set of oils. So if you do, you'll have peppermint most likely. So you could just grab peppermint. If you happen to have orange, grab that. If you don't have anything, don't worry. We'll just do this and then we'll move on. So what we want to do is we want to take our little bottles. So you'll have a bottle this size. If you've got a large bottle, just 1 drop of each oil. But if you've got this little small bottle, what you need to do is you need to turn it upside down, do one at a time, and you want to tap, tap, tap. And you could do one first and just smell it. And then you want to take the other bottle and do tap, tap, tap into the same hand. And then I'll just give you a minute to do that. And once you have done that, what you want to do is you want to just rub the palms of your hands together, not your fingers. And then peppermint oil is quite strong, so I suggest you close your eyes and have your hands a little way away from your nose and have a few deep breaths. Now, while you're doing that, peppermint oil is a great energy oil. So once you've done this, you'll probably find you're feeling quite perky and uplifted. It's also great for clearing the sinuses. So you're likely, I'm just going to shut the window while I'm talking. Yeah, you're likely to kind of feel your sinuses clearing. And there's other things we use peppermint for. We use it topically for headaches and things like that, digestive issues. And then if you've already smelt the oils, by the way, you can rub the residual on the back of your neck. That's a really nice thing to do because peppermint oil is actually cooling and relaxing for tight muscles as well. And then orange oil really comes into its own in the emotional field, and it's very supportive for stressful feelings, but also it can support a positive mood. It does have sort of antibacterial properties in it as well, so you can use it in that area. You can use it for cleaning. I love to put a drop of orange oil on my kitchen cloth and wipe down my kitchen surfaces. I know Grace, who's on here today, I'm sure you won't mind me saying, Grace, but you know, Grace recently got started with oils, and she's found orange has been the answer to migraines. So they've really been supporting her for headaches. So yeah, how did everyone find that did it? I know you're all muted, but hopefully that was a nice experience.
Yes. Okay. Let's look at the faces.
Yeah, I can't see faces at the moment, but everyone's having a nice time, are they? Okay, should we move on?
It's quite nice. So this one, we say, yeah. This one, we say we use in diffuser, which is one of the best way to use essential oils. You can see there are 3 different diffusers that doTERRA use. The 3 are good, so it's like they are excellent to use. What is when you smell any essential oil or like a flower, say a rose, you are smelling a rose like that. The time that you smell that rose, is that smell going directly to your limbic system in the brain, and that limbic system is actually connect with emotions. So it's gonna make you to feel happy. You will remember something, maybe you're gonna feel sad, maybe anything that you feel in that time is because the limbic system is actually sending signal to your brain, which is the part where we use for any emotion part. So it's really quickly, in 20 seconds or less than 20 seconds, you're gonna feel something. It's like, I know if people have here, when you have, remember when you have your child, if you have children, and then you're going to have your child and the doctor give you the happy gas. Remember that when you smell that, it's actually stop the pain for a few seconds only. But it's actually, everybody's like, okay, give me the happy gas, or because that is gonna actually help me in the pain. It's so quickly when you smell something, it's actually going to your brain, this is why essential oil are perfect for emotional support. People have any anxiety, any depressed, any kind of emotion difficulty. It's quite nice to actually use the essential oils.
Perfect. Okay, we're just going to touch on some safety before whizzing through the 10 oils that can support over 300 different things, quite incredibly. So we want to keep them out of all orifices. And if we do get them somewhere that it feels a bit burny, use a carrier oil, any plain nut, veg, seed oil, and not water, because water the oil wants to get away from water, and the essential oil is likely to go further into the tissues if you apply water to wash it off. If it's essential oil in the eye, so sometimes people will touch their eyes after applying different oils, I would put a bit of carrier oil on cotton wool. And we're never going to get like anything really bad happening using essential oils. The main concern is that there might be a little bit of skin sensitivity. So this is just the main safety advice, is use an oil rather than water, and the feeling goes away within seconds when you do it. Just dilutes it really well. And then the second main safety consideration is not to put citrus oils on your skin and go in direct, intense sun for prolonged periods, okay? So quick walk to the shop, no problem. We're talking kind of, being in the garden in hot sun, being on holiday, going on a sunbed, you're likely to get burnt. Some oils, some citrus oils have a stronger action than others. So bergamot is the absolute kind of strongest to have this photosensitive property. There's a new citrus oil on the block in doTERRA called green mandarin, and we believe this one's actually okay. But yeah, just if you just want to kind of make it easy, it's just all citrus oils. Now, as we go through the top 10 oils now, you can see these little key underneath. So this just tells you, broadly speaking, how you can use each oil. So if you can use the oil, as I say, all the ways, so aromatic, topically and internally, as you can many of them, you'll see all three ATI written. That means you can use them all the ways. There's the odd one, for example, deep blue, the pain oil, that you can only use, tend to use it only topically. You could use it aromatically, but you won't see the I written against that one because you don't take deep blue internally. And then you'll also see next to the ATI, you'll also see whether it's an oil that needs to be diluted or not. So you'll see if it's an N, you can use it neat, and then you can see the other keys there. So normally we say it's not actually a bad idea to dilute when you're using oils anyway. And, even me suggesting that you can use an oil neat on the skin, to some people who've been perhaps taught that you should never use an essential oil undiluted. Actually, with doTERRA oils, you can use them neat if you choose, because they're so pure. The reason why we're told not to internalize oils or not to use them neat on our skin is actually because they're not pure. It's not because an oil is not safe. But if you want to be absolutely safe and not worry about potential skin sensitivities, then most of the time use a carrier oil, but just know that with many oils, you do have the option of using them neat if you so choose, or you don't have carrier oil to hand.
Okay, so when we're talking about the our health priority, we need to make sure that we know which one are. So in this case, for example, if you want to write right now, for example, what would you like to feel less in your life right now? What do you want to feel more? It's quite a good one because it's gonna actually help you to make a plan for you and to know what is the next step. Yeah. So if you want to feel less tummy pain, for example, or any tension like a headache, any stress, you know, you need to start from there. You need to know what product do you need, what do you need to do in your life to actually release that pain. What change do you need to do in your diet, in your life, everything. Okay. So what do you want to feel more? You want to feel more energy. You want to feel more rest. So how do I get there? So that's the question now. So if you write this one, for example, right now, so it's going to actually help you to understand later what is the best oil for you to use or the best product. So, and this is something that we can help you as well. So if you don't know, it's fine, because we are here to help you, to actually guide you in which oil it will be best for you. Obviously, everybody's different. So all the oils react completely different in people. So maybe we can try something that we think is good for you, but maybe is not the best oil, and then we can change. But the thing is, you need to know first what is your health priority right now in this moment in order to actually make some change.
Yeah, it kind of links back to what we were saying at the beginning about, you know, the areas that you can make the biggest, like when we were looking at the health pyramid, and we were saying, you know, think about the areas that you could make the biggest change. Like this is kind of the same, you know, the areas that, 3 things that, you know, would make the most impact in your life if you could improve them, and how that would affect, you know, what the knock-on effect of that would be in your life. You know, if the 3 things that caused you the most pain went away, you know, how would that affect your relationships, or you know, your stress levels, or your ability to work, or your ability to exercise, or all those things. Did you want to say anything else on this one, Jose?
No, I'm fine with that one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're moving into the oils now, and as you know, we're talking about the core 10, and the core 10 actually come in a collection, and we'll be sharing at the end how you can get those if you would like to. Many people on the call have them already, and they're here to learn about the oils that they've already got. So lemon oil is a great one, as Jose mentioned. Excuse me, it's that lemon comes from Sicily. And we'll be showing you a few things on the screen, and I'll sort of also talk around what I do with the oil. So I like to make a glass cleaner with lemon. I mix water and vinegar and rubbing alcohol and about 20 drops of lemon, and it makes a really beautiful glass and mirror cleaner. I love to have lemon oil in water. So it works, it's going to work so much more than squeezing a lemon. And when people smell this oil, it's a shame that we're not all sitting together and we can pass the oil around. But the most common comment is it smells like real lemons. And it really does, you know, it really does smell like fresh lemon peel. We have this blend that 5 of the oils that we're talking about today in the top 10 can be used together, and we can use it in a rollable form, or we can put it in a capsule, and lemon is one of these oils.
Then we have the lavender, which is a very popular oil. Everybody knows lavender. It's quite nice oil. We use this oil is to calm, yes, to relax, to help to sleep. It's quite nice for soothe the emotion if you feel that you have too much stress. It's quite nice to have the lavender oil. but it's also, people doesn't know that it's actually good for the skin. Any skin irritation, any mosquito bite, any burn, anything that you have in your actual skin, it will actually help the lavender. So it's quite nice. If you have the lavender in your house and you have any problem in your skin, you cut your skin, any of the children, if you have children, anyone in your house have any problem in the skin, any eczema, allergy, anything, you can actually use the lavender. It's quite nice because it's that the way, because it's calm everything. It will calm any irritation that you have in your skin. It's quite nice. You can actually use internally as well. So in the night, I prepare my tea, my herbal tea before I'm going to bed, and I put one drop of lavender, and it's actually helped me to sleep really well during the night. It's amazing. I don't actually go into my bed without my tea because I know it's gonna make me sleep really well.
Lovely. I like the sound of that. Okay, so peppermint oil. So the first three oils that we've covered, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, even these three alone can cover around 100 different things. And for me, I love to use peppermint in my food, but it's also very powerful to support health and wellness. So peppermint, I couldn't really pick one main thing, but I would say headaches, you apply it to your temples, not too close to your eyes, back of the neck, behind the ears. I would use it if I had a stuffy nose, I would smell it. I would use it internally. If I had something going on with my digestive system, I would have one drop in a hot or warm cup of water. And the respiratory system, you can dilute it and rub it on the respiratory system as well. Also stress, it's such a cooling oil as well. So sunburn, overheating. I'm not a fan of bringing temperatures down if they're within a safe and reasonable level, because temperatures are there for a reason. They're there to burn off bacterial and viral infections. But if I wanted just to kind of make my child more comfortable or take the edge off a fever, one drop diluted in coconut oil or some kind of carrier oil and rub down the spine is fantastic. Lastly, I love to make, most mornings I have homemade granola for breakfast, and a chocolate granola, and every single morning without fail I'll put 1 or 2 drops of peppermint oil into the milk, so I have this gorgeous kind of chocolate peppermint granola. It's amazing. And there's a little recipe there for you as well. I personally don't know if I do this in a blender. I might prefer to do it in a food processor, but yeah, it works really, really well with chocolate.
Yeah, I make 2 days ago. I make a green smoothie, and I put one drop of peppermint. Oh, it was
Lovely.
so good.
Yeah,
I love it.
sounds delicious.
The Maleluca, we normally know this one for tea tree as well. People know this oil for tea tree, which is excellent. It's antiseptic oil. It's excellent to use in any skin problem as well. Any infection, if you have an infection in your skin, is excellent to use for any person have any acne problem. You can actually use this, apply in the evening before you go into bed, and it's amazing how to actually clean and get rid of the acne, which is for teenagers is one of the best oil. It's excellent for cleaning as well. Where we say is lemon oil is good for cleaning, but if you mix lemon oil and Maleluca, is another mix of excellent oil for clean the whole house. So, and it's completely safe. You can use for in your shampoo as well. You can actually mix the Maleluca and you put one drop in the shampoo or conditioner, and it's going to help you. And also you can mix. I remember you can actually make your own mist of Maleluca for children, yes, Sarah, for
Nets.
the net, yeah. So it's quite nice to do that before they go to school.
Yeah.
and it's quite good. But yes, it's another oil that you need to have in your house.
Yeah, after lavender, tea tree is the most commonly bought oil in the world, so it's a popular one. Okay, so oregano. So I didn't say at the beginning, but within the core 10, there's 6 single oils, and then there's 4 blends. So this is the 5th single oil, and this is like the big guns. This is kind of like your natural antibiotic. So it's not just like you wouldn't use an antibiotic every day. This one is like it's in reserve for when you need it. And you can see there the different ways you can use it. It also tastes amazing. It's sourced from Turkey and it's really delicious in food. So it's kind of got these 2 completely different uses. You can use it for incredible immune support, a drop in any type of Italian like pasta dish, tomato sauce, soup, stew, even hummus. It's amazing. I would normally count 1 drop onto a teaspoon first, because if I put 2 drops by accident, it's not probably going to be too much for the dish. And then it also has another kind of slightly obscure use, which is warts, verrucas, skin tags. So you can just try and drop 1 little drop on. You don't really want to get it on the soft tissue, but just on the problem area. You do that for a week or 2, and yeah, you can expect to see good results. Lemon is another one you can use for this. And you can see there as well that it's part of this flume, which you can make up as a roller ball. You can make it up. So it's frankincense, lemon, oregano, on guard, and melaleuca. So you can make this up in a roller ball, or without the melaleuca, you can make it up as a capsule, and you would do 1 drop of each to start with. Some people do a couple of drops over time.
And then we have the On Guard, which is the very popular oil in doTERRA right now. Is the oil that supports your immune system. It's quite good for anybody in the house, children, adult, anyone, to actually help to boost that immune system. It's actually good for cleaning products as well. So you can actually use the On Guard for to make your own cleaning product at home. You can make your hand sanitizers which is very effective as well. This On Guard is a blend. It's not a oil. It's actually a blend of different oils. So you have the eucalyptus, clove, cinnamon, wild orange, and rosemary. So the mix of these oils is quite nice and help to actually support your immune system. I use this On Guard all the time in my house. I use with my daughter before she's going to school. Normally, or she used to be when she was in the school. I put 1 drop in her feet every morning to actually protect her. We normally use drinking as well. You can actually use internally, so you can actually use in warm water, tea. You can cook as well. I do popcorn with On Guard, which is great. It's very nice. It's very spicy taste, so it's quite strong if you are not very keen in spicy flavor. What else? You can make your veggie cups if it's too strong for you, and just take it with oregano as well. And a mix between On Guard, oregano, and frankincense is quite excellent to take in the morning if you want to actually support your immune system. What else? You can put 1 drop in your under your tongue as well to take it. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, great. Okay, so air is kind of a companion oil to On Guard often. It doesn't have to be, but often people are using, if they have some kind of viral infection or bacterial infection that's affecting their respiratory system, they might be using this one to support the respiratory system and clear breathing, and they might be using On Guard at the same time to kind of be bolstering the immune system. So also the oils have emotional properties that we haven't really mentioned yet too much, apart from lavender. We had a screenshot of a page from the emotions book. And so there is sort of an emotional picture of every oil, and air is the oil of breath. So whilst this is an incredible oil for physical areas of struggling to breathe, it's also really helpful for people where there are emotional reasons that they're struggling for breath. So you can use this, as Jose talked about earlier, smelling oils for mind and mood. So you can use air in this way to support anxious feelings, fear, panic, grief, all those kinds of things. And, you know, I know I've got several customers who, you know, have either eliminated their use of asthma medication completely or use it a lot less now because they're using this oil regularly to support their symptoms instead. So a really special oil.
Now we have the deep blue. This is one of the good oil for muscle pain. If you do a lot of exercise and you get this muscle pain, the deep blue is one of the good oil to use. We have the oil, and also we also have in a version of a lotion. So it's actually a cream that you can get, and it's excellent for after a big workout. You can actually use the lotion in your muscle, and it's excellent. I use it for my daughter when she have this pain growing that normally she complains sometimes. I use her. I put a little bit in her legs. It's quite nice. So you can use the oil for any headache as well. People like to use the deep blue oil for any tension, muscle, any shoulder pain, any neck pain. You can actually apply the deep blue as well. It's a blend. It's another blend that doTERRA has, and is really good for any pain, tension. I'm just trying to think about anything else that you do. But normally it's for pain. Yeah.
Yeah, I use it. Sometimes I've used it for period pains.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And some people like to put it in the bath with Epsom salts. So manual work, I guess, as well, things like that. All right, so we're almost finished. This is the last blend, and then Jose will be talking about frankincense. So this is the digestive oil, and it's a really fast acting oil. And anything you can really think of that affects the digestive system, you can consider Zengest for. You can use it, as you can see there, all the ways, aromatically, topically, internally. Most people dilute it and rub it in a clockwise motion around their stomach or intestinal area, depending on where they're feeling the discomfort. Or they'll have a drop in water or a plant-based milk. And I've used this oil successfully on holiday for travel sickness on a boat. I've used it when I'm getting cramping pains on holiday, when I'm eating foods I wouldn't normally eat. I've used it for tummy bugs. The most common remark is how fast it works, you know, how you're feeling the effects very quickly. And the other thing just to say about it is that it has a rebalancing effect. So if someone had loose stools today and they were more constipated tomorrow, they could use the oil for both things. And because it has this like rebalancing action, it's helpful for both. So I've also used it with quite a lot of nutrition clients for reflux and indigestion really successfully as well.
Okay, the frankincense. This is the holy oil, we say. This is a really old oil. The Magic King brought this to Jesus many years ago. So it's one of the oil that you can use for everything. If it's the only oil that you have in your house, you can actually use for everything, and it actually will work. You can use internally to support your immune system. It's quite good for calm your your mind. People love to use this one before they go to do like a yoga meditation, because it's actually help you to calm your mind, and your soul, like they say. Um, it's excellent for a mix of with the other oils. So it's actually enhance the property in the other oils. So it's when you take mix of oil is excellent. It's excellent for a beauty product. So any skin product like your normal cream, morning cream, you can actually put 1 or 2 drops of frankincense, and it's actually good for aging. So make you feel much better and actually help you to your skin. Um, you can use for cooking as well. So anything that you trying to think about anything else.
Thing is,
Yeah,
so many uses, doesn't it? But
yeah,
I think you've named the main ones.
Mm.
All right, so we just popped this in because we thought this was a fun little image just to show you that whilst you certainly don't need to combine any of the top 10 oils, you absolutely can if you just want to kind of play around with them. Sometimes combining them, it makes them a little bit more effective, or it also just kind of, because say we all had sleep issues, lavender isn't going to work for all of us. Frankincense might be the one that some of us need. So you can see the sleep blend there where you're combining lavender and frankincense together. Then sometimes just combining them, it kind of takes the guesswork out and means you've got perhaps a better chance of the oil working first time. So it's just quite fun to see there that there's lots of nice combinations that you can do for different things, even with the 10 starter oils.
And then just the resources is we have different book to actually help to find how we can use the oils. You don't have to know everything. You just need to have the resources and look if you have anything that you want to check. There is also app from doTERRA which is free. You can download. It's for the mood part, so you can actually check every day which oil do you need in order to actually boost your mood. For example, if you feel like in right now you need support in that. There are amazing the books because it give you explanation of every oil. They give you recipes, how to use it. They also tell you if it's not good for some people. It's quite nice to have different resources, but we always are here also to help you. So it's not just the book.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, all you need, they say, is a book and a box of oils, and you're ready to support, you know, yourself and your family's health. And the app on the right is actually, it's called the Daily Drop. If you're wanting to get it, also has it drops you 1-minute videos each day that you can look at on different oils and different things. And we're just going to finish with a little testimonial from a client of mine. Her name's Jenny. She actually lives around the corner from me. I didn't know her prior to doTERRA. She came to one of my classes one day, actually very skeptical, but desperate, a little bit like what we said on that very first slide, that, you know, people, she was looking, although she was skeptical, she was desperate enough to be looking for alternative solutions. She was waiting for an operation. She'd been born with several of her organs joined together. And I drove her home because she lived in the same part of Brighton as I did. And she was self-administering morphine at home at the time because she was waiting for an operation. And I was saying to her, oh, you know, you really need to use the deep blue cream and put some frankincense over it because, you know, frankincense enhances the action of other oils. And it turns out that I'm just going to let this person in that's trying to actually, I'm not sure if I can. I don't know if you can Josie. So 2 secs, guys, sorry. So yeah, so basically she got home and she couldn't find her morphine. She was in terrible pain. All she could find was her Deep Blue. She did put Deep Blue everywhere. Deep Blue has a very cooling action because it's full of peppermint oil. She put frankincense over the top because I told her that it enhances other oils. And after 35 minutes, my pain is a dull ache. I didn't take morphine, but I'm able to sleep. It's masked my pain long enough for me to realize I don't need my drugs. So isn't that amazing? And then she messaged me again to say basically that she'd woken up. Normally she would be really groggy in the afternoon because of having taken the morphine. And also she said that normally she would be the morphine actually wouldn't send her into a deep sleep. She'd normally be coming in and out of consciousness, but not really being able to do much because she was quite drugged. So she was saying that this time she'd slept longer. And it's a breakthrough for her because she was happily sitting in her conservatory planning what she was going to eat for supper. So she was, it's a massive deal for her. This is also the lady that uses wild orange, she's completely addicted to wild orange because it's sorted out a lifetime of insomnia for her. So yeah, she came along to the class, she was willing to give the oils a go, and they've made a real impact to her life.
Mm-hmm. So how do you get your oils? There is 3 different ways you can get oils. You have the retail, that nobody buy retail because it's too much money. It's very expensive to do that. You can have customer wholesale account, which you get 25% discount for every oil that you buy. And then you just need to pay £24 and you can buy all your oils for discount. Or you can buy a kit. No, the kit, it will include the top 10 oils that we talked before. Sometimes they actually give you the diffuser. So once you buy your kit, the whole account is already included there, so you don't have to pay the £24, which is normally people do that. There is 3 group of people normally coming to our classes. So we have customers. So normally everybody in doTERRA is customer because we buy oils every month. Yes, we use our oils all the time. So you can actually just buy your oils and that's it. You don't have to do anything else. Or if you are really passionate about the oil, you know the benefit, you know that your family needs this oil as well, you can actually start sharing the oils with your friends, your family. And it's gonna, doing that, doTERRA is actually, it's gonna give you something as well for you to actually enjoy, which it will be different auctions. You have points, you have commission if you introduce people. We normally have the education for everybody in the team. This is a big team, so we have oil camps. We have a big Facebook group where you're gonna get all the information if you want to educate yourself more about the oils. There is another way that people normally, they are so passionate about the oil, they know and they believe in the oil that they want to actually work as Sarah and I, we make business for that. You share the oil, but also you earn some money, some extra money. Some people just wanted to have some extra money, or some people want to just to change their life completely and actually make a career for this one, which is another option. So doTERRA actually give you all the training, all the resources, everything that you need to actually start your own business. Okay, so
Great, thank you, Jose. Okay, so yeah, if depending on whether you see yourself more as a customer or somebody that would like to explore those other 2 areas, let either of us know or whoever invited you after this call. So just to summarize, if you are wanting to get oils today and you don't already have some, as Jose said, you can get your 1-year membership for £24, and it includes 25% off everything for your first purchase and for the whole year. And then once you have that, it's kind of, think of it as a National Trust card or a cash and carry card. You know, the membership is £24 and then you get everything at a reduced price. And then once you have that card, you can add on whatever you want at wholesale price. As Jose said, though, if you actually start with a kit or a collection, then that membership of £24 is actually is free. That's a good option. Paula, if you can hear, would you mind just muting your line? So, and also just to say, you know, if you do decide to get started, there's absolutely no obligation to purchase ever again if you don't want to. There's no monthly tie-in. There's no obligation to share the oils, teach or sell.
This one is another nice pack that you can actually get. The unbalanced oregano. The oregano is a touch, and the air is a touch blend as well. So, and the stronger is another one, which is if you buy the whole this kit, you have everything included, like the wholesale account. You also get a welcome gift from the people that you actually buy the kit. You have a wellness consultation, which is about 1 hour consultation with the person, and then you're gonna in this wellness consultation, you're gonna talk about your priority, your health priority, and this is the time that you make your own plan, how you're gonna actually achieve to help your family or yourself with the oils. And also the continued education. So is the Facebook trainings, all the support from the team, which is another way you can actually understand more about the oils.
Fab. Okay, so yeah, we put that one together. So the kits with the core 10 oils, so you have the Family Essentials kit and you have the Home Essentials kit. They're exactly the same 10 oils. It's just they're in different size bottles. So this particular one is the core 10 oils that we've spoken about today in the 5 ml size. So you get all 10 oils and all the extra bits that Jose just explained. You also get 2 additional products which are called beadlets. You get On Guard beadlets and peppermint beadlets. They're teeny tiny balls of oil, a quarter of a drop that you can kind of take internally or burst. Paula, would you mind disputing your line if you can hear me? Thank you. So you get the two beadlets as well. So you're getting 14 products for $122.40. And then with the next kit, it's the Aroma Touch Diffuse kit. So most of the oils we've talked about today are in here, but you have Aroma Touch, which is a massage blend. Kind of smells like peppermint and marjoram. You have Balance, which is a beautiful emotional grounding blend that smells like a walk through a pine forest. And then you have Orange, which we talked about when we were doing that experience. This is also a nice little kit if you're particularly interested in having a diffuser and also the base carrier oil, because that comes within this kit and it's £151.
And this one is the Home Essential Oils kit, which is another one. You have the 10 top oils plus the diffuser. But in this case, all the oil are 15 ml bottles, so it's bigger than the 5 ml. And then you get your diffuser, which is nice, because you can start to use your oil straight away. Plus, it will include everything that we said before: the welcome gift, the wholesale account, the wellness consultation, the online education, everything. It will actually include in this one as well.
Yeah, and this kit, if you're drawn to the top 10 oils and your budget allows, it actually offers really great value for money, because you're actually getting 3 times the amount of oil as this kit.
Mm-hmm.
but it's actually only twice the price of this kit. So you're getting 3 times the amount of oil, and you're getting the diffuser included for free. And then for people that have the budget and want to upgrade their many different areas of their lives all at once, you know, the kits go up and up in value. The greater the kits, the bigger the savings. This one, you get, you know, bits of products from all different areas, so you can upgrade your home, your personal care, your digestive health, your supplements. You know, you get the idea. So if you're interested in this one, just contact us and we can take you through it in more detail. We have this kind of we're doing a flash offer, so if you get any kit in April, we've got a few more days left, then we're also going to gift you either your choice of a 5 ml wild orange oil or a 1 ml mood oil of your choice. So we can tell you more about those if you're deciding that you would like to. I think Jose's talked about all these perks already, but here they are in pictures. So there's, you know, there's so much education and support with doTERRA, and it's actually important, you know, if you are going to get oils, who you choose to guide you, because not everybody provides the same level of support. But within this team, we're really committed to giving you as much or as little support as you would like, but we do have lots of great perks available. So just really to close, to say that, you know, if you are thinking you would like to get started with some oils, there's different ways that you can actually get them. We do have like a form that we'll email everybody that attended today. So if they would like to just complete that and tick the kit or the oils that they would like, they could take a picture of it with their phone and just send it back to whoever invited you to this class. The other way is, if you prefer to sign yourself up, we can send you a link and you can kind of put your own details in and do it that way. Or we can do it over the phone as well. So it's really kind of up to you to let us know how you would like to do it. We're also really happy to, you know, have questions right now, and or have kind of one-on-one follow-up calls if there's any sort of specific tailored advice that you would like. I know also we have people on today that already have oils. So, you know, we're also here to answer your questions around the oils that you might already have and bits of information. So I'm just going to kind of unmute the lines now. You're welcome to unmute your own, and we can definitely take some questions. So let me just do that.